Okay, so now I'm going to show how to carry out the with interaction analysis in R. So I will start with my data set. Let me show you my data set. So this is again stored in the file with the same name as last time, but the data set is different. So a variety, tilde and yield, I have the same things except that the numbers are different. And these are artificially generated numbers, so just ignore the fact that I have so many decimal places. So I should have removed them. Maybe I can remove them right now. They look rather ugly. So I will just remove them. So if I remove them up to some place, keeping them only 2 decimal places. Okay, so I get my data.csv file. I load it. Let me load it, and I will do that usual stuff. Dimension of my dat, that is 30 by 3. Name stat. So it looks okay. Now one of you, Torusri, has reported that the classes are not as you expect them to be. So I will show what the classes that I am getting. If I look at class of dat, it will be a data frame. If I look at class of dat dollar variety, that is a factor. But Toru has got not factor but character. Now in case you get that, it possibly is because some option is set differently in your version of R, and that version and that thing may be obtained using this command. You can just try default and default strings. Now what was the name? I just forget the name, so I will just look up the help. These are all complicated names, so I just hate these things. So you just look up the help of read CSV, and out of these you will find one thing which says as is. Now this as is says whether you should keep strings, that is character strings, as strings or convert them to factors, and by default it will take as is equal to false, that is do not keep strings as strings, convert them to factors, and that is controlled as not of strings as factors, and that will come from default dot strings as factors. Yes, this is the name that I was trying to remember. So I will just see what this returns in my case. So I will just see what I get here, and this should return true. So that is the default value in R. In case you have changed something, possibly inadvertently, you might get a false, then those things will become wrong. So I will just show you, just to reproduce the result that Toru has got accidentally, in case some of you also get the same thing. So I will start with this command once again. So I have this command data, and I will write as dot is equal to true. T stands for true. Now if I try class dat dollar variety, you will find that it reports it as a character. Now that is something that you do not want. You want it to be a factor. So you can always force that by setting as is equal to false, which should be the default. So if you find that due to some strange reason your strings are not getting converted into factors, then you can write this as dot is equal to false to force strings to be converted to factors. Okay, so let's suppose I have done that. So now I have these things should read as factor. Now it is factor, so everything is okay.